good, y'all? It's DJ Valid, DJ VALIDD. Like, subscribe, and share if you want. Dislike if you want. I came out here at an undisclosed location. This is where I wanted to shoot a little video to use my GoPro, right? And that's why you always do a check before you leave your crib, right? Always check to see if you got battery life, if all that stuff. Don't ever leave your crib unprepared. Never leave unprepared from your crib, man. I can't overstate that anymore further. Uh, Come to find out, this whole thing is dead right now. Like, I'm sick right now. I came out all the way out here, right, from this undisclosed location. I came out, it's pretty far from where I live at. Not too far, but pretty far. So I'm thinking I'm doing my little GoPro thing. Nice 4K, iPhone. So it is what it is, right? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's trying to enjoy this time that we're in, even though this is the harsh times. There's been a lot of not premonitions, what they call it? Not premonitions, man, but when it's ahead of time, like when people, I guess that's premonitions, right? Or prophecies. There's been a lot of prophecies about the times that we're living in right now, and it says that these are the times that's the hard times. I can't believe people haven't opened up their eyes, or maybe I just haven't taken the census. But most people, I live in New York. I always reiterate to people, I live in New York City, and it's like people just they don't understand that if you go along with tyranny, with things you're not comfortable with, it's not going to stop. When somebody bullies you, right? Let's say you got bullied in school and you overcame it. How did you overcome it? Did you keep on letting the person bully you and giving them their food or whatever they take from you? Or did you one day stand up and say, this is it, I'm getting my ass kicked, but this stops today. I'm going to let this dude know that you're going to have to fight for this every day if you want this from me. And I think people in New York haven't understood that you can't allow certain things to happen and not expect it to change if you don't change it. You know what I'm saying? So I see it's not televised, but a lot of New York is standing up to certain things, and I'm glad to see it. I'm always glad to see when New Yorkers, especially, stand up for their rights and for what they believe in. Let me just put it like that. You may believe in something else, and that's fine. That's your whole right. That's the whole right, is to believe. But the way it's situated now in these times that were prophesized, is that people are just gonna go along with it. There's none gonna be no choice. You're just gonna have to go along with whatever it is. And let me tell you something. Remember, you might be of age, got a beard like me and everything. You're going through life. Things might be working out for you, but it's not about you, the life that you're living right now. It's the kids that you may have. The kids, even if you don't plan to have kids, your niece and nephews, the kids that you do care about in this life are going to be the ones that's going to suffer. It's not going to be you. Everything is being made for the kids now. The conditioning and everything is made for the kids now. But I didn't really come to get too political. I just want to voice my opinions on things because I am an American and I'm a New Yorker, and we got to talk. We got to talk how we talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, oh, you New York, we know, recognize. Well, you know what? Another part of being New York is not only how we talk, is the boldness in which we talk with. You know what I'm saying? We talk with a boldness, with a confidence. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Italian Americans, man. I love to hear them talk, man. Shit. They talk with confidence. They talk with, even if they're wrong, they talk with confidence, man. Don't talk with ignorance, but they talk with confidence. Now, listen. I was watching a movie just out of nowhere yesterday, right? And I've been meaning to watch it because the actor that passed away, he played in The Wire, Michael, I'm sorry, I don't remember his last name, but y'all know him, Omar from The Wire, right? He played Omar from The Wire. Michael something, man. But I seen in a comment, I was watching a video about him, and somebody said, I liked him in Assassin's Creed. I'm like, Assassin's Creed made a movie? Yeah, Assassin's Creed made a movie, apparently, people. So 2014, I believe it was, Assassin's Creed came out with a movie. And the movie, I've been meaning to watch for a while. I'm like, yo, if Michael Omar from The Wire is in Assassin's Creed, I'd like to see what part he plays in that. You know what I'm saying? So I took my time. I ain't watching it. I ain't watching it in a minute. Like, I'm like, I'm gonna get to it. I finally got to it yesterday, and I looked at the reviews after I watched it, and people was bashing it. Oh, this sucks. And, it's not like the video game. And, Let me tell you something. That movie was pretty decent. It wasn't a bad movie. It was kind of a straightforward movie. It gave you exactly what you should expect out of Assassin's Creed. Now, the details they didn't get right because a lot of people saying they didn't follow the exact story, and you know how hard it is to follow the exact story. I get it, but you got to understand there's politics to movies. There's more to it than just following the game storyline. Remember, not everybody has played Assassin's Creed. So when you make a movie to make money, you got to make it so that it appeals to a mass, you know what I'm saying, a wide audience, and they got to be able to follow it. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I watched it and I'm like, yo, this is a good movie. It's not that bad. I give it like a 7.5, 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Even maybe a 6.8. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that bad. The action was decent. You know what I'm saying? The storyline had me gripped. I was watching from the beginning to end. And I like to think that I'm a good movie reviewer. Like as far as like movies, if my attention span can't hold a movie can't hold my attention span, I should say, then the movie sucks, bro. I'm just gonna put it like that. I don't care what nobody say. Even if it's a love movie, because I don't watch the movie called Juno back in the day with some shorties. We had went to go see some shorties, and they put on this movie called Juno. A whole bunch of it was black dudes, but we was hanging with some Asian, Spanish, different race girls. I'm just putting it out there so that I'm trying to show you how the diversity of what the type of movies you watch. That was their thing. Some movie called Juno about a girl who was pregnant and she was gonna give the baby away. Now, mind you, I'm an action Arnold, get to the chopper type of dude, right? So I'm not really Juno was not something I would watch on my own. But because I was there with the ladies and everything, we sat and watched this. I was gripped by this movie, bro. So if y'all haven't seen Juno and you a grown man, if you a black man, white man, whatever you may be, bro, go check that movie out. That's my recommendation, Juno. Not for nothing. A lot of people probably don't even know that movie. Like that movie's gripping. Like it gets you. And I was younger back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more mature now where I can sit through certain movies. I was younger back then. And Juno had us all like, oh shit. At the end we got, little tears is forming and shit in people's eyes. I'm like, okay, this movie's serious. So as back to Assassin's Creed, it was a really good movie, man, from start to finish. It's basically, for those who don't know, let me give you a quick overview. Assassin's Creed is about assassins, and they hold a creed, and it's a brotherhood. I played the game, so I know the little words that they use and stuff. So the creed is what they live by, but the brotherhood is what I'm spitting all over like brotherhood. Blah. I'm spitting all over. But anyway, so the brotherhood is what they is what they have is a brotherhood, right? And a brotherhood of assassins, and they have a creed. And so it's called Assassin's Creed. So the whole premise of the movie is of a lady, which looks like to me some Illuminati type dudes who control a vast portion of the world, right? That's who the Illuminati people supposedly are, right? And they have a secret base that they have a whole bunch of people that are the direct descendants of people that they're trying to find out history from. So put it like this: there's a dude in there, right? Michael Omar from the Wire. His bloodline is from like some kind of, I guess, a Haitian or voodoo type of thing, right? Voodoo bloodline, and they want to find out certain things from back in his past, from his bloodline, right? The people, he's a descendant of the guys that they want to find out about. So he has that blood, so he can sync with this machine that they call the Amos, Amos or something like that, right? Whatever it's called, Amos. I butchered that, right? But you sync your brain patterns with your ancestors, so they somehow the Amos can, or whatever it's called, can synchronize your brain patterns to your descendants, so you can live through their memories, and it visualizes that on their machine. It's sophisticated technology. You can visualize and see. Like, say my bloodline goes back to, like, say Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. They plug me into this Amos thing, right, which is painful. They plug you in, and now your brain synchronizes with Malcolm X from that time. Now I can live through Malcolm X's life, and you can see step by step what Malcolm did clearly through the visuals. You know what I'm saying? Now the dude that got chosen, he was like direct descendant, and he gave the most clear visuals of everything that was going on, right? So they never got it that clear where you can see it like a movie. They watching it like a movie, like they seeing exactly how we move. And the whole point of doing this was they was trying to find something called the apple, I believe it's called, right? Which is basically the apple that Adam and Eve bit, right? And basically, when you find out towards the end of the movie, this apple is the key to free will. It has the DNA code and patterns, the genetic code for free will. So once these Illuminati dudes get this apple, which is the free will, they control people. They control everything. You know the Illuminati, that's always their mission is to control people, right? So they got free will in their hand now, right? It's a physical form with this apple. So basically, what the Assassin's Creed dudes is, which is what you come to find out that everybody in that facility that they abducted, that because he goes to a facility, he's a dude who goes to a facility, he gets in trouble, goes to a facility. Everybody in that facility is some kind of like descendant of somebody, and they're all part of this Assassin's Creed. At some point in time, 200 years ago, 400 years ago, 1492, 1320. You get what I'm saying? So they all part of that in some way or some form, and they all are part of this Assassin's Creed. It all gets passed down where they protect whatever these artifacts or whatever it is that they're looking for, right? This happened to be one of the most important artifacts, this guy that got chosen. So they're looking through his memories and everything. They're trying to find an artifact or whatever. He ends up pointing them to where it was, and he ends up. I'm just fast forwarding all the way through the movie. They end up giving it to. He ends up surviving, right, and giving it to Christopher Columbus. They find that out, and he's like, "Oh, where's the Illuminati?" People's like, "Oh, where's he buried?" All right, boom. So they went to go find out where he's buried, right? They find out and they hold some big lavish Illuminati party. Everybody got hoods on and everything. You can't see their eyes and everything. You know how it go, them parties and stuff. I'm talking to the people who know how, the know-hows. You know, the ones who know and just know how certain things run. So they go to that secret top meeting, whatever, Christopher Columbus. They get it from him, and at the end of it though, you know, the Assassin's Creed dudes jump down, they slice his neck open, whatever, and they protect the apple, or the apple that's supposed to contain free will, whatever the case may be. In the movie. I'm saying all this to say, go watch that movie. It's a good movie. Don't listen to if you don't watch them. If you're like me who watch the reviews before, or I sometimes watch the reviews before I watch the movie, you're gonna be disappointed. Like you're not gonna get into it. I only watch it because my man from Omar from the Wire was in it, and I said, yo, I want to see what part he is, and he played a good part in it. Like and he actually survived to the end. Believe it or not, they made a black man survive in this movie. The director is an Australian dude. I forgot his name. I looked him up though. Forgot his name though. Australian cat. And an Asian girl survived, a black guy survived, and a white guy survived. So there you go, multicultural, right? Anyways, fast forward the news. I'm 12 minutes in, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was going to be that long on it. But as far as I'm going, as far as, you know, me personally, I've been doing some studying into real estate right now. So I'm about to take my real estate licensing exam and see what's up with that. That's some real confidential shit that I didn't even mean to tell, but you know, I'm gonna say fuck it. There's people that actually watch it that care about me, you know what I'm saying? So I might as well just, and excuse my language, I might as well just let them know what's up, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do in case they lost and want to find something to do, like that they feel like they might flourish in. Real estate is always flourishing, man. Don't listen to what they say. It's like the stock markets where people tell you don't do this, don't do that. It's because the rich people that tell you not to do this and that in stocks, it's all a game they playing with the small people like me and that put our little monies in. It's because they want to save up or build up this stock or whatever. They got an agenda when they tell you that, bro. Don't listen to these people, bro. It's very few people that's gonna give you good stock advice. You gotta go do your own research with anything. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with real estate. You gotta see where it's at. You know what I mean? And people are always moving in and moving out, and properties always being brought. Well, in the neighborhood I live in, people have bought their house from 1950 something, bro, when it was like $100,000, maybe less. Them houses now is almost $500,000, $1 million and change, bro. You see what I'm saying? So do your research on real estate. It's not that hard to join in. You just got to do some studying. The app I'm using is called Quizlet. So go on Quizlet and type in New York State, if you live in New York or wherever state you live in, licensing, real estate licensing exam. Get your license and see what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? And wish me luck on on my test when I take my test. You know what I'm saying? I watched. I'm going all over the place. I'm doing here and there and here and there and here and there. So bear with me. So I watched a preview, or no, a playthrough of the new game called Far Cry 6. Now, if you're not into video games, you can shut this part off. Salute to you. Like, subscribe, and share. But I gotta end it with this because I've been looking at the video game industry, bro, and I talked about it in my last video. It's like the movie industry. They're synced, right? The movie industry and the video game industry and any type of entertainment industry right now is synced into some BS. It's all sucks. I watched a playthrough of Far Cry 6. Now, Far Cry, for me, I always give the unpopular opinion. I should just name my channel Unpopular Opinion, right? I never enjoyed Far Cry. I never played 1 and 2, so I'm going to say that. I played Far Cry 3 when I had the Xbox 360. And it was a decent game. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. You know, I couldn't relate to the people. It was a white dude who was like some rich white dude, and him and his people was fucked around on the island, thought everything was cool, bro, and they fucking, got abducted by some jungle dudes, some crazy dudes, right? And he went through a whole thing where he had to become part of the jungle and all this extra shit, right? Check out Far Cry 3 and see if you like it. Most people like it. It got great reviews. A lot of people love that game. I personally didn't like that game. It sucked to me. You know what I'm saying? It was whack. It was the same repetitive stuff. It was weird story with drugs and all this. It was just weird, man. It was whack. I'll give them this though. The main antagonist to that video game, really well acted. I think his name was Voss, right? Really well acted dude. He came off as a crazy dude, and you wanted to get him at the end, and that's what a good villain's about. You want to make sure they get it at the end, right? So check it. The video game industry, the movie industry, they're all rehatching stuff. If you haven't noticed, nothing creative is being, like, nothing new is being created. Everything is a rehash. Like even Grand Theft Auto, right? Grand Theft Auto was coming out with enhanced versions of 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. They're giving us the same game again, but then doing the graphics over. That's a smacking people's faces, bro. We were waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6 for a minute, bro. I'm not even getting to a Grand Theft Auto 6 rant. But it's annoying now because you know what this is about now. Movies. They're rehatching everything. There is no new movies. All the good movies are made in the 80s. I could put any movie made from 1980 to, let's say, 99, right? And maybe even further than that, right? Maybe even 2006 or something. But all the movies from 1980s to 99 any movie, any genre, can stack against any movie made now in the present. Let's say let's go to 2015, 2014, 2012 and up, right? Any movie, dog. I'm talking about the suckiest movies. You'll be more entertained by the 80s movies to 99 than these 2015 and up movies, 2020 movies, 2021 movies. They all suck, bro. And you see the passion how I'm going at it, because I really love movies. Movies are fun, even though they have agendas and everything. You watch a movie. I was told this in film class back in high school. You watch a movie as a critic. You critique everything, and when you learn movie knowledge and film knowledge, you don't try not to get yourself. The teacher told us, don't get entertained, but don't get entertained, but don't get lulled by the movie. Don't be sitting there like a zombie watching the movie. That's how they get into you. Watch the movie from a critique standpoint. Like, okay, this is great lighting here. It might sound boring to you, but trust me, once you get it down packed, okay, so the red in the scene indicates that there's about to be something violent or something crazy is about to happen, right? So you critique a movie. You watch it and critique it. You watch it and you break it down. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. People be weird. Like, I'm just watching people in the world right now. I'm in a parking lot where it's away from people, right? And somehow people find their way to be looking at. I just really hate shit like that. I don't know about anybody else. I really, 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 really hate people who can't mind their business, because it makes me want to, like, yank them up and be like, yo, who raised you, dog? Like, and I'm sorry to jump from this, but it's just, I'm passionate about this shit. Like, if somebody's in their car and they're by themselves, they're not, it doesn't look suspicious. They're just by themselves. What the F are you doing trying to look into what they're doing? Is your life so empty and so fucking void of anything that you have to look into what somebody else is doing in their car? Dog? I was raised where I mind my business. A dude is in his car, much less with people. He's in his car. He's in his comfort zone. Mind your business. I keep my face straight. If I see something like a little girl, something getting hit or something, that's different. You quickly glance over, you see something and look right, okay, that's different. We're talking about a grown man in his car by himself. I don't give a F what he's doing, bro. Leave him alone. A grown man with his wifey and they're just talking. People be looking in your car, looking at you. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, man, back to what I was saying, bro. Video game industry's trash. Watch any movie from the 1980s to 99, and you're gonna really enjoy that ish, man. See, I got a little haircut, people. I'm not hiding my hair. And you're gonna enjoy it way more than you enjoy any movie nowadays, man. And the videos I'm making now, I don't see them maybe going to a broad audience. I only see it really going to, like, and I'm not downplaying myself. I'm just saying right now, I see only my peoples that I know. watching this. So this is for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. To reiterate, I'm good, people. You know what I'm saying? I'm striving to do the best I can, be the best I can be, to live the best way I can live. And I got, like I told you, what I got studying and what I'm going into, my real estate. I advise you to go into it as well, just to have a little side hustle too. If you make that your side hustle, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But go into that, bro, because the times I'm seeing right now, everybody's being pushed to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's being pushed to learn how to make their own money and be self-sufficient. Because if you work in a job now, they have it so you're going to be compromised. You're going to have to do things you might not necessarily want to do. And maybe you want to do it, and that's freedom of choice. But that's what we're fighting for now in America and across the world, is your freedom to choose. Do not let people take away your freedom to choose, man. I didn't know it was going to run on 20 minutes, man. But let me tell you what, all the movies that they made back in the day about when you lose your freedom to choose how it looks, that's apocalypse to me. That's the end of the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you let these small few people govern you, and which they're already doing, right? Now you really let them take away your choice and how you already have limited choices. You might think you have a lot of choices in the world, especially if you live in America. You don't have a lot of choice, bro. A lot of stuff is segregated. A lot of stuff is separated. Everything is out of the reach of the poor, though. In the general broad spectrum, everything is out of reach of the poor people. So be very careful in how you move, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your money up by getting side hustles and learning certain things that you might not necessarily might have looked into at first. You know what I'm saying? I've always been into real estate because I looked at my family. It comes from my family where we always were renting houses. We were always moving from place to place, getting kicked out by the landlord, et cetera, et cetera. And I know a lot of people that go through that or been through that. Evicted, homeless for a while, spending the time at whoever who take us. That's my whole life. I've never been in a stable home, like that. It's been very rare. So it motivated me to say, yo, how can it's like a kid who gets abused, he becomes an officer or something, because he wants to, and I'm talking about the good officer, that he wants to protect kids who get abused. It's like a person who always has sickly people in their family. They want to be a doctor so they can, get what I'm saying, like they can help people that get sick. I've never had a home, and I've always been through et cetera, never knowing how the housing or the renting thing works. You know what I mean? Never really educating ourselves on it. So we always getting bounced from place to place. So now I've decided, yo, I want to learn this stuff. If for nothing else, just to learn this stuff, so that maybe I can help other families with real estate. Other families find houses and houses and how it works, so that I can maybe open up my own brokerage, my own real estate brokerage, and start getting people into houses, affordable houses. Start building houses, just learning the in and outs of houses, how to build houses. Because people, that's not only just big money, and don't let money be the motivation for the reason you do things, because that can run out. What if you get the $1 million? You're gonna just become a greedy motherfucker and just keep wanting to keep going until you get 65 billion? Well, if that's who you are, that's who you are. Make sure you do something with that 65 billion, though, that helps humanity for real, not destroys humanity like most of these people are doing now. So anyway, check out Assassin's Creed. Stay away from video games and movies right now. They suck. Don't put your $60 into no video game. Don't give your whatever movies cost now. Don't go to no movie theater and spend et cetera amount of money for crap movies now. You're better off getting a date night with your shorty. Put in some Paid in Full. Go put in some Goodfellas. Go back even to the 80s and put in some different 80s movies. You're gonna be even Fletch from my man. What's my man name, man? Fletch. Chevy Chase. You know what I mean? National Lampoon and these type of things. Go watch these movies, man. They're way more entertaining, way more funnier than that. And now it's back in the day. It's not as politically censored as it is now. Everything has a political agenda now. Women leading role. I don't mind women leading role. I love Alien too, but make it make sense. Don't just put a woman in there just for the point of just to put her in there. That's like a disrespect to her. Like, oh, you're a woman and we just need you to fill this role because of their political agenda, not because of your talent. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. DJ Valid, DJ VALIDD. Like, subscribe, share, and dislike if you want, because life is all about options and choices, man. Respect and love from Queens, New York.